Okay, another couple of basic ideas to consider with Kesa over the top are these, okay? Now, number one, you'll pinch the living heck out of this arm over here, and you kind of just do a chicken wing. You can hold under the elbow if you want, or you can just chicken wing it nice and tight and kind of hang out here with your head, okay? Notice that I have his head up off the ground, and I'm underneath him so much that his shoulder is on top of my leg. I can hold on to my thigh like this, hold on to the inner side. This one must be based because I control the pressure from here. One thing to be extremely concerned about is where your head is at. He can always take his arm, push me away, and then step over with his other leg, boom, and I'm in trouble, right? So you got to be careful where your head is at. That means keep your head tucked low and out of the way, and expect that stuff to come from over there. We'll talk about that later, the particulars of how to defend from that. In the meantime, just be aware of it and don't be way back here, okay? Now, one of the first submissions that you get to learn from here is kind of like a kimura, right? What's going to happen is I'm going to go underneath his elbow like this. I'm going to S-grip my arms like that, and I'm just going to go back, and he feels a lot of pressure, all right? Not only can I have those techniques where I go under the arm and just crank it back, but I also have stuff like this where I can just put it underneath like this, but rather than cross-face him, watch what I'm going to do with his head. I'm going to turn his head away like that. I'm just going to crank his head away. And it's going to be a lot of pressure coming at him. If I put his arm all the way out and pinch it this way, same thing. I can just do a little pressure. So all of that is to remind you that if you go Kesa over the top and somebody's comfortable with that, they may have a wrestling background. And that means you're going to be getting your neck cranked left and right. So be mindful of that, all right? And again, just a few things to be considerate of, or to consider, excuse me, when you're in this position. Again, getting cranked here, and then if they do something to pin that down, whether they crank this or not, all they got to do is crank your head away, and they'll get the kill.